Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our latest episode of Dell's Ducks this week. This is the 2020 summer edition, I suppose, the COVID edition. We got the two Dell's Ducks coaches here today. First, let me introduce the Dell's Ducks co-owner and head coach, Sean Falzone. Welcome.
Thank you.
And assistant coach, Anthony Rohde. If you're new to the team, Coach Falzone was actually the original Dells Ducks coach back in the 2011-12 season. And Anthony Rohde was a pickup by Coach Falzone after Christmas that season. So kind of gone full circle, Coach.
Yeah, we definitely did on that one, didn't we?
Yeah. Been pretty busy this summer by the sounds of it. I know that you with the social distancing and everything, you haven't been able to get into any rinks. But my count, it looks like you have 14 or 15 players already signed, including all three goaltenders. And again, by my count, it looks like we have 4 returners. Does that sound right to you?
4 returners that we have announced. I believe we have a total of 6 altogether now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good news. Here's the guys that I know of that will be back, all Illinois residents, starting with John Urgo, an 0-2 defenseman who was really coming into his own at the end of the past season, a defensive-minded defenseman, I think, who could be a real leader on this team, along with 3 forwards. Ethan Koval from Gurney, Illinois, also an 0-2. Adam Brown from the Chicago area, an 0-2 as well. And Ben Scruton, who just started to find his offense near the end of the season, an 0-3 from Grays Lake, Illinois. So they should be some good core guys, I would think, right now.
Yeah. We also added back Luke Marks
Luke
from
Marks,
Canada.
that's right.
And then, I'm sorry, I missed if you said him yet, but Jeremy Kennedy.
Jeremy Kennedy, that's right too. Okay, yeah. So a couple, they were some later season additions. So yeah, a nice core of players that I would imagine will be counted on for leadership in the upcoming season.
Yeah, right now, so far, they're showing that their experience stands out above the other guys who are brand new. They're also taking especially like somebody like Urgo, who's been jumping in, taking a leadership role with the players, just through messaging with each other, showing the leadership by we do workouts once a week and stick handling videos once a week, and the players are doing them, and he's jumping on them right away and showing the guys that he can do them and what they need to be doing. And Coach Rohde's doing the stick handling videos, and he's asking questions and being involved and trying to get more information and more details. So it just shows that the experienced players know what they got to do and where they got to prepare for, where our newer players are kind of up in the air, go, how do I start? How do I prepare? So they're helping them out in that area.
Right. A lot of the new guys are younger, a big Dallas or Texas area contingent, mostly 0-3s, but hungry and, really looking to make the jump. So it looks like the makeup of this team at first glance, according to what I've seen in the bios and stuff like that, you've mentioned before, you think we'll have some really good team speed, some offense, and just some real hungry players.
Yeah, I think with skill-wise, we're bringing in some players that are very fast, but they're also aggressive. They're not afraid to throw a body. I mean, we got players that'll go through a wall for us, no problem. All we got to do is ask them. And with Coach Rohde's help with stick handling, we're just going to improve their skills and make them better and quicker with his skating skills that he teaches too. So,
okay. Coach Rohde, I wanted to ask you, I know we spoke earlier about sort of the off-season things that you've got planned out for the guys. And your expertise when you were with the team was your speed and your stick handling. And that's something that you've kind of carved out a niche with a lot of hockey camps and stuff like that. And I guess probably a lot of the Dallas area players are going to have that identity, having worked with you in the past.
Yeah, I would hope so. We've done a lot of stick handling from control to speed to being able to do that speed with control too, because all 3 are different steps. But hopefully they keep continuing everything that I've been teaching them so they can do those quick moves in tight areas and get out corners with the puck to make those plays.
Right. And I guess that generates, it works on both ends of the ice. Obviously, it's great in the offensive zone when you have an extra attacker or something like that to be able to move the puck around nicely. Uh, I would imagine that's going to help the transition game a lot, which was something that the Ducks really needed to work on, I think, last year or the last couple of years. You know, they've had troubles in their own end. And to be able to have some nice stick movement, good passing, should help maybe escape their own end a little quicker now too.
Actually, yeah, the advantage for them is that Rohde also runs the defense, so that brings in ability for he's teaching those guys for the quick transitions, how to move the puck up really fast, gap control is better.
Being able to just see the ice better is the most
Yeah.
important thing. Being able to have that comfort of the puck on your stick without having to look down and be able to see the ice all the way down.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I really like about it is it's just an exciting style of hockey. It's Firewagon, you know, real back and forth hockey. Maybe we're going to face a lot of odd man rushes, but we'll probably have a lot of odd man rushes too. So, and that's what the fans really want to see, I think.
Oh yeah, get some more goal scoring on our side and
Yeah.
taking that lead. I think that'll be a big addition to this upcoming season.
Yeah, so everybody's really excited. A couple things that we've talked about that the fans would probably be interested in: the new jersey and the new logo. We've gone to some different colors. This is the third transition with the Dells Ducks jersey. Gone to sort of, I mean, my only way of describing it would be traditional Anaheim Ducks colors. With a new meaner dangles for a logo. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, you know, we started off with the black and yellow and white, and then we added in with a little bit of camouflage in there, and that
Right.
changed into a black and white and gray colors.
Right.
So we wanted to change the logo up so we could draw more attention from fans, especially the younger fans, and getting them involved. And at the same time, we decided to go back to since we're going to go with a new logo, let's try to go back to the traditional colors of the Anaheim Ducks and use their colors a little bit better. You know, do a little bit of change in there, but overall, try to use what they had and give a little more oomph for the upcoming season and more of a push towards the excitement and the fan involvement.
It'll be unique for sure. I'm not aware of any. There's almost 60 teams in our league now. I'm not aware of any of them that use those colors, so that'll kind of stick out a little bit.
Yeah, the players are all liking the colors. I showed it in the logo. I showed it to them before I even went out, and players love it. I mean, they're excited. They feel like it gives them more of a oomph. They like it. They feel it's more aggressive than just a basic logo, and it was different. It wasn't the same thing over and over again. So
Yeah, right.
they're in love with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be very popular, and you know, obviously that converts to jersey sales and stuff like that. It should be a lot of fun. Um, So with the social distancing and really a lack of ice anywhere, talk a little bit. I know we already spoke about the off-season workouts, Coach Rohde. How have you been able to get your scouting in, or what exactly is your approach to the off-season now as you look to fill the other half of the team's roster?
Well, we're starting to get out. We're making calls to friends of ours. You know, the advantage is that a lot of people that me and Coach Rohde know they're all coaching somewhere and they have experience somewhere. So we've reached out to a few of them. You know, kids that are guys that we trust with their opinions, and they're going to send us players that they feel is good. We're working with our 1-2. They're helping us out with a couple of the players due to you know, I trust what they say and their experience, and then you know, it's just a matter of reaching out from all three of us coaches. We have Coach Brian that's in part of our program too, and he's reaching out to Chicago. He's in Chicago currently, so he's reaching out to his connections out there. Plus, he's been a coach out there, and we're just getting our hands in a little bit of everything and trying to find the kids that are available and will be an addition to the program.
Yeah, yeah. So it's we're really in good shape, I think, right now as far as the team goes. Like I said, we've probably got a a really good core. We're just looking to fill out the roster a little bit now. We still need guys, obviously, but really in good shape, especially for this point of the summer. And who knows? I think there might still be some on ice activity at some point before the summer's over, so we can get a look. But yeah, really in good shape. One last thing I kind of wanted to ask you about, just because it's the one area of the team that you can kind of say that it's completed or put a check mark beside it. We do have 3 goalies in the mix now, and I mean, I would think that's probably what we're going to start the season with. And we have some experience and some youth, but we've got a lot of some real high caliber goaltenders. Maybe you can just go through those 3 guys a little bit, Coach.
Sure. The first one we signed was Anthony Falzone. Of course, him being my son, but he brings in the experience that he's played against the older kids and been prepared for them for the last few years. When I was running 16U AAA out here, he was a 14U player, and he was seeing shots from 16U and seeing shots from 18U AAA teams. So he has the experience when it comes to those caliber of shots, and he's also a goalie that can win us a game in a scramble. He's not going to be the most technical goalie out there, but he'll make the save that most goalies don't make. So and he's a young one. He's an 03, so we know he's going to be the one that's going to be, hopefully right behind the pack there. But if the goalies are better than him, then we have a good group. And then so that's why we found our other 2 goalies. Which next one was Mitch Mistovich, and he came in he's from the Chicagoland area. Comes in and highly recommended. Good goalie, quick speed, great attitude, wants to learn more, wants to be a better goalie, wants to compete for a number 1 spot. He's already started getting in, pushing the other goalies, which is great. All in fun. They're all doing it fun, but they're pushing each other, and that's what we want out of our attendees.
Yeah.
He does bring a lot of knowledge. He saw a lot of shots last year, just like Anthony did. So all 3 of our goalies did that. So they got the shots now. Just a matter of getting them used to the different caliber of speed and power behind these kids that we're going to be seeing against. Then, of course, you bring Isaac Hyde, and Isaac is a goalie who's he's an older goalie, but he's already has a year under his belt, juniors.
Right.
Team that he was with, he did see a lot of shots. Was mostly a backup in that organization, but when he came in, he still got pelted by a lot of opportunities for them, and he held his own. And now we feel that he could come over here and hopefully be the step out leader with that experience. But all 3 goalies are going to get opportunities. They're all going to be able to prove where they belong and get those games in all through the season. It won't be just one goalie in net every game. I think every goalie brings a little bit something different to the table. For instance, Isaac's 6'4", so he brings in a lot more height. And it's basically a setup that I had when I had the Dallas Ducks in 2011. I had Matt Rowe, who was a giant goalie, and then,
Right. Yep.
Then you had the other 2 goalies that were about 5'8" to about 5'11", and they did their jobs, and all our attendees were great. And I think this year we're going to have a very strong attendees back there. The goal is to keep as least shots against them as possible. But at least I know if it gets back there, they're going to have. It's not going to be easy for them, the opposing team, to score goals.
Yeah, it's exciting, and they do seem to be a trio that really relishes the situations that they're probably going to face. We're on a young team, like I said, with a wide open style. You do leave yourself open to maybe seeing quite a bit of rubber, some odd man rushes, and stuff like that. I was, the players have been doing bios that we've been using to write little, or they've done questionnaires that we've used to put these bios together. And I know one of the questions was what kind of situations you like to play in. And I think it was Miskevich who said his favorite situation is facing a 2-on-0. I mean, that's a goalie that really wants to be in the spotlight. That's it's a tough situation for a goalie, and it's just nice to see that they want to be there and want to play a big role. Falzone, another one who said apparently has a knack for coming up with the biscuit when there's a big scramble in front of the net. And who who has that kind of ability. You know, that's usually like a real panic situation, but he seems to have a knack for it. So, you know, I'm really excited to see these kids in action, and it is nice to have the goaltending looked after already.
Yeah, that was the one thing I wanted to make sure we locked in early, because goaltenders are one of those spots where if you want the better goaltender, you got to lock him in before everything, before you start locking anybody else in. It's one of those spots where if you find the right fit, you lock them, you get them as fast as you can, and we found our three real quickly. You know, we had a couple kids that we were in conversations. We actually signed one, and he went to the NA and then 10 minutes later. So you can tell we were looking for good ones.
Yeah,
And that's where we knew he belonged. So that's where he's at now. And so,
yeah.
the three we got, we're very excited about, and we feel that they're going to help us bring us to that next level of play. And I think the team will back them and be behind them, and that'll draw in a lot more of our skills and show teams what we can do.
And again, a nice situation where all three goalies were eligible to play at least 2 seasons. Falzone's an 03. He could be there for a long time. Miskevich, I believe, is an 02, and then Hyde is an 01.
Yep.
So, yeah, it could really set us up for a bit of a run as far as goaltending goes. Who knows? It could be really nice.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're looking forward to that.
One other thing too, this is a first. In Anthony Falzone, we have our first player who grew up wanting to play for the Dells Ducks. On his questionnaire, he said that as well. I think you were commuting a little bit. You lived in town when you were coaching the Ducks, but I think Anthony was back home in Chicago. But
Yes.
he must have spent some time in town, and he's always wanted to wear that jersey. So how cool is that to have kind of our first prodigy on the team?
Yeah, he's really excited about it, and he knows that it's playing for me is not an easy task in the first place, but playing for me as my son is not easy. It's not even
Yeah.
easier. It's even 10 times harder, especially for him. I do have a goalie coach that keeps track of all my goalies, so that's my
Right.
part staying away. But they know I'm tough on them. And from day one, he was out there skating with the guys, and even my daughter was out there, and they were doing then part of the skating lessons that we had going on, and they would get out there as much as they could with all the guys from when we first started the season. I mean, we got pictures of them in their little tiny Ducks jerseys, and it's pretty cool. It's exciting, and we're just making that joke the other day how funny it is that he used to be out there when we first started. Now he'll be out there in the 10-year mark, and it's exciting for all of us as our family anyways.
He'll be the inspiration for the next generation of players.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess it looks like everything is right on track. There was an announcement today. They announced a starting date for our league. It looks like it's pushed back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Generally, we start around Labor Day. It looks like we're going to start at the end of September. I would assume, Coach Rohde, that works out good for you and your dryland training just to get a little bit extra time.
Works out great. The more stick handling you can do and the more practice you get, the easier it is on the ice. So,
yeah. I think, everybody's itching to get on there, but getting a couple extra weeks is going to be good. So I guess all I can say right now is, fans, we got a good team that we're putting together. We hope to see you in the seats again, and we got 2 guys from the past that are going to carry us into the future. And I want to thank you both for coming in today. I think we're going to be talking maybe next week with the goalie coach, some other players, stuff like that. We got hopefully we'll do something every week, and it's if we can't be on the ice, at least we can talk about it.
Exactly. Yeah, we're definitely missing the ice. That one hurts.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for the time. Enjoy your week in Dallas, and we'll be talking again down the road.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.